Hi everyone, this is Alan Fine at the New York Summer Media Marketplace with Ross Levi, who's the new Executive Director of Tourism for New York State, and this is Insider Travel Report. Ross, the new Executive Director. How long?
Just about 8 months now.
8 months. Now, how do you train for this job? How, did you do push-ups? Did you what?
The best training is to just get out and see this amazing state.
Now, are you a New Yorker, or did you come to love New York?
I came to love New York,
From where?
From Connecticut, but nearby enough that I would come to New York for special occasions and holidays. And we'd always go home, and Mom would say, "Oh, isn't it great to be home?" And I said, "No, why did we leave?" Actually, so I'm one of those people that found my home here in New York.
Right. Okay. So now let's talk about the nitty gritty. The facts and figures, the things you want everybody to know, the cool news.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the exciting thing to know is that tourism is stronger now than it's ever been in New York State. That we have 240 million visitors coming to our state. That's an all-time record. That's really serious business for New York State. Tourism is our fourth largest industry. 1 in 12 jobs in New York are connected to tourism, and $105 billion of economic impact is created by tourism. So this is really serious business for us. But the great thing about it is within the serious business, we're talking about fun. We're talking about experiences that are unique to New York that you could only really have here.
Mm-hmm. So now my question is, for travel agents, what's the message that they should get out so that they can invite? What do you want travel agents to know about New York?
Well, the main thing I'd like travel agents to think about is roughly one third of all travelers to the United States come through New York. Almost all of them are spending some time in New York City, and we love that New York State is New York City, but it's also so much more. And so that we hope that travel agents are talking to their clients and thinking about, when you think of a New York vacation, you may not realize there can be a beach element of that. It's just a train ride away in Long Island. They may not realize that you can sip wines next to a lake, but that's waiting for them in the Finger Lakes. A hike in the Adirondacks, standing under Niagara Falls. So that's mainly the message to get out there, to let folks know that your New York State vacation, whether it's your first one, your second one, your third one, is the greatest city in the world, we like to think, but also so much more.
One of the greatest states. I just want to add that my father, he was a New York snob, and he always said, New York, you got everything. You want a mountain, you want an ocean, you want a beach, you want urban, you want the countryside, woods, camping, hiking, everything.
And that's what we say. What other state in America, and what other place in the world really, in one vacation, can you be walking the beach in one day, be seeing a Broadway show on Broadway the next, touring the very first presidential library, FDR's, in Hyde Park the next day, be hiking to the top of a high peak in the Adirondacks the next, walking or taking a sail in a Great Lake the next, visiting an island castle in the Thousand Islands, standing under one of the wonders of the world in Niagara Falls. It's only here in New York.
Thank you for that, because I'm going to cut to each one of those things as you speak. If people want more info, where do they go?
The number one place is ilovenewyork.com, but also our mobile app is a great device for people. It's free. It's available on your favorite app store. It's great for when you're planning a vacation, but it's also great here when you're here because it's connected to where you are and will tell you if you're within miles of something you don't want to miss. So ilovenewyork.com and the I Love New York mobile app.
Okay, great. Any new things that you want to give a shout out to that people don't know, there's new to New York? Any new adventures or places to stay?
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to have a new national attraction opening this year, the National Comedy Center,
I was going to bring that up.
Right, which is going to be
Jamestown.
In Jamestown, the home of Lucille Ball, appropriately enough. And that's going to be a place that's going to be for Jamestown what Cooperstown is for baseball.
I hope so.
If anybody cares about comedy, it's going to be an amazing place to go. It's actually going to react to you and your favorite type of comedy as you move through the museum. And that's going to be opening this August in conjunction with their annual comedy festival. And just today they announced that Amy Schumer and Lily Tomlin and Dan Aykroyd and some of the original cast members of Saturday Night Live are all going to be there for that grand opening. It's going to be really great. We have some really exciting lodging developments, particularly in the Catskills, with the new Resorts World Casino Resort. It's much more than just gaming. There's 10 different restaurants there with celebrity chefs. Down the road from there, in the next few years, there's going to be an indoor water park, and actually later this year is going to be the Yo One Luxury Wellness Resort. That's opening as well, so that's very exciting. We have some exciting anniversaries and events happening here in New York State this year. It's the 150th anniversary of glass making in Corning, New York, and the Corning Museum of Glass. Not a lot of people know that moved from Brooklyn to Corning 150 years ago, coming up the Hudson River and over the Erie Canal. To commemorate that, Corning Museum has created a glass barge, which is going to retrace that route over 4 months, stopping all along the way and doing glass blowing on the Hudson River and on the Erie Canal barge, and then ending with a big celebration in Corning. So it's a great year to visit that world-class attraction.
But it started in Brooklyn.
It did start in Brooklyn.
And what a coincidence, it found a place with the same name, Corning, New York.
Right. Funny how that works, right? Exactly. So that's an exciting development that's happening. It's the 200th anniversary of Frederick Douglass, a leader in the abolitionist movement and also in the women's rights movement. He lived in Rochester for much of his life, and there's a whole lot of activities going on there in commemoration with that. I'll also give a sneak preview for 2019. It's a very big year for New York State because it is going to be the 50th anniversary of the Woodstock Music Festival at Bethel Woods. They'll be celebrating that. That's where it actually took place. And also the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Rebellion in New York City, the birthplace of the LGBT rights movement. And World Pride, which is the pride event of the world, as the name implies, will be coming to America for the very first time in its history. That will be here as part of the Stonewall 50 commemoration in 2019. We're calling it the Summer of Love.
Well, that's great. Thank you, Ross. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Well, this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report. We're shooting in New York without a permit.